I got asked one of my favorite questions when we're talking about deconstructing systems, which is, why would a white person want to end white supremacy? And my answer is because it's not better. And this is the sacred assumption in cults. I'm Daniella, scholar of cults, extreme groups, and extremely bad leadership. And you have maybe seen this list over my head before, which is my 10 parts of cults. I've also written a book called Uncultured, which is about growing up in the Children of God religious cult and then becoming an officer in the U.S. Army cult, showing a bit of those parallels. You can get autographed copies in the link. Okay, so when we talk about cults, there's something that I call the sacred assumption. The sacred assumption is the one thing that you have to believe to be a member of good standing in that cult system, right? In that belief system. It's not always a religion, but the cults give you a worldview. Okay, so in the Children of God, the sacred assumption was that this random white dude bro, David Berg, was the prophet of God. And under the sacred assumption that he was the prophet of God, anything can be justified. In Nexium, right? The sacred assumption was that Keith Raniere, another random white dude bro, was the smartest man alive. And under the assumption that he was the smartest man alive, they would justify any amount of crazy things that he required in his programs. Okay, in AA, who is the example that I use for my chapter on the sacred assumption in the book I'm working on now, The Culting of America, which is like my master's degree from Harvard in organizational psychology, plus everything I know about cults in a book. And AA's sacred assumption is, but we are saving lives. And because we are saving lives, one, hasn't really been proven because they don't let anyone study it. Two, saving lives doesn't make you a good organization. Many cults have fantastically successful sobriety programs, including the Children of God, which saved a lot of people's lives, like Jeremy Spencer, formerly of Fleetwood Mac, who then went on to fund one of the world's worst sex cults. So it doesn't make you good, right? The sacred assumption. So the sacred assumption of white supremacy is that being white is sacred, is that if we uphold white supremacy, we, the white people, will be better off. But the sacred assumption is wrong, right? So the answer, why do I want to take down white supremacy? Yes, I'm a good person. Yes, I love the people around me. Yes, I think it's a horrible system that never should have been started. But also, quite simply, the group behavior scientist in me says because it's not better. Right? If one person is enslaving another person, the person enslaving the person might be on top, but they're still tied to that person. And everyone is still held back. Right? So the system isn't better. So the sooner we get out of the cult system, the sooner we will all be better off. That is why I want to end white supremacy and talk about it a lot and try to think of different ways to continue to attack it. But this is my kind of like cult scholar view of how we break an extreme belief system. And the first thing is you got to really label it. Like any cult, it gives you a feeling of superiority. And so as the cult is coming down, all the white people are looking around going like, oh, what's going to make me feel superior next? Nothing. Because we aren't. We're just going to be humans like everyone else. We are just the people of no color, a term I heard yesterday that I strangely enjoy. So that is my answer. That is my Danielle the Cult Scholar answer of why a white person would want to take down white supremacy, in addition to all of the many social justice reasons that there are to do so.